Roger that.
Dude, I went into my gun, just jammed immediately.
Where is this? They're inside Sandy.
The second guy's me. Yeah, hold on. I gotta beat on him. Do not shoot me. That's shit. Alright, cool. I'm the one outside.
Hello and welcome to my second weapon guide for Escape from Tarkov. My name is Freakatoid, and today we will be going over the SKS and the OP-SKS. These two weapons have some unique advantages over the other that we will cover, but for now, let's go over the basic stats. Always the most important stat is damage. For the SKS, this can get a bit complicated when you factor the armor someone is using. We will only cover the most popular bullet subtypes for now. HP ammo holds the highest flesh damage out of all the different types, but is severely punished when it's used against an armored target. Funny enough, it holds enough damage to possibly one-shot all body parts, but even the slightest bit of armor will render this ammo type into a situation where you will want to be aiming for the legs. It's important to know that this will be the only ammo you are capable of buying through traders until Prapper Loyalty Level 2. PS ammo is the next step up in popularity, as once you are able to purchase this ammo, you suddenly become capable of piercing armor much easier. The trade-off here is that you can no longer one-shot any body part but the head, even when fully unprotected. All limbs will take 2 shots to destroy, but it is more likely you'll be able to aim for the thorax with better results against armor. Finally, BP ammo offers even more penetration power and becomes craftable at Workbench Level 3. This ammo shares similar damage as PS while having even better penetration power, where you'll find that only level 5 and 6 armor can resist. Secondly, we have Ergo and Weight. Straight from the traders, the two versions are nearly the same. The base SKS holds an Ergo of 45 and a weight of 3.75 kilograms, while the OP-SKS has an Ergo of 44 and a weight of 3.77 kilograms. The only reason that these are any different is because of the dovetail mount, weighing 0.02 kilograms and reducing Ergo by 1. While you should really be using this weapon with accuracy in mind, the SKS does have the ability to dump rounds pretty fast. This method is only recommended at closer ranges, as you do expose yourself to a very lengthy reload process, even if you bring detachable magazines. Regardless, the SKS and the OP-SKS have a respectable 40 rounds per minute. The SKS is one of the weapons that does not have any interchangeable barrels, meaning you can't massively improve the accuracy of it. Weirdly, the SKS and the OP-SKS actually have noticeable difference in MOA. The base SKS holds a pretty good MOA of 1.72, but the OP-SKS holds an MOA of 2.51, which is technically a lower accuracy than the base SKS, but is about the same as a base AKM. With this in mind, you would expect the base SKS to have superior accuracy at longer ranges, right? Well, actually no. You see, the bullet velocity on these weapons is different as well. The base SKS holds a bullet velocity of 700 meters per second, while the OP-SKS holds a bullet velocity of 754 meters per second. This can obviously be affected by your ammo type as well, but this results in shots having to be led more with the base SKS than the OP-SKS by a small margin. This little difference really only screws you up if you find yourself switching between the two versions often and at longer ranges. Overall, the OP-SKS ends up being a bit better at longer ranges for its scopes, which I'll dive into later. There is one more incredibly crucial detail about the SKS that you must keep in mind. The 3.66 ammo type may fit into magazines for the SKS, but it is not compatible. Be careful when you are loading magazines out of a raid, as the game will not tell you anything is wrong until you go to shoot it. Avoid doing this in raid as well. The SKS is available immediately upon launching the game from Prapper. This will set you back almost 22,000 rubles. The OP-SKS is unlocked by completing Mechanic's early quest called Introduction, which will unlock the trader called Jaeger, who sells the OP-SKS immediately. The OP-SKS is actually a bit more expensive at 33,000 rubles. Earlier, when I was talking about the weapon's damage, I covered the most popular bullets for the weapon, which were HP, PS, and BP, purely from a standpoint of how many bullets it could range to destroy a body part. Now we're going to get a little more detailed with each bullet's attributes, since the chart is so widely different. When I talked about HP ammo saying it was a popular round, the true meaning is that it's the only round you're able to purchase immediately. This ammo type is popular with SKS, and you can find anything from more HP rounds all the way to PS rounds. My advice is to collect as much as possible, as pretty much any of the ammo above HP will allow you to stand a better chance in your raids. BP ammo is the king, capable of doing some serious damage even against the best armor types, while also being able to be consistently obtained through crafting. The wooden stocks from the SKS are pretty much identical, and come standard with the versions you purchase from traders. There's nothing to note with these two options other than purely looks. They share the same upgrade with the SOCOM rail, which adds the ability to equip a red dot or a holographic sight, along with 4 tactical devices. This rail does not become available to purchase until you unlock Jaeger Loyalty Level 2, so you have to keep an eye out for this attachment in crates until you complete quite a few quests for him. Also available immediately upon launching the game is the Tapco stock for the SKS. This comes in 3 separate parts, which is the chassis for the front of the gun, the very specific SAW-style SKS grip, and the buffer tube. Unfortunately for this option, it's completely necessary for Gunsmith Part 4. This means it will almost always be sold out in a few seconds after a mechanic will reset his inventory in the early wipe. If you do manage to get your hands on this and do not need it for the Gunsmith quest, it offers a bottom rail which can be used for a foregrip. The top rail can mount a tactical device as well as the sight. From a budget standpoint, the Tapco offers the greatest value for having lots of ergo with as little money required as possible. As you progress into the late game, you will unlock the UAS stock for the SKS. Late, in this case, means Skier Loyalty Level 3. The chassis offers a few more spots for tactical devices and allows you to pick your favorite AK-style pistol grip. Budget-wise, this option has the best recoil reduction for the smallest investment. Alright, so now we gotta talk about magazines. And what else would go first than the one that comes with the gun? The internal 10-round mag that comes with the weapon is by no means unplayable, but it is rough once you need to reload. Out of all the SKS mags, this is the only one that is not detachable. Do not bring 10-round SKS mags into a raid or you will only experience pain. This mag is top load only, so just stick to the loose ammo in your pocket and you are good to go. The 20-round mag is actually common to find on scavs that wield the SKS, and finding more than one scav with it can put you in a very good spot early on, as you are able to detach these magazines for a much quicker reload. You gain the ability to purchase these mags once you have unlocked Peacekeeper Loyalty Level 2. The 35-round magazines have to be one of the better options for people who would prefer to save inventory space while also still having lots of ammo available. You do have to progress pretty far to unlock it, as Peacekeeper sells it at Loyalty Level 3. A drum mag for the SKS? You bet, and it holds 75 rounds. That's right, 75 rounds for a semi-auto. Let that sink in. Okay, but for real, you may be asking why I could ever recommend this for the SKS. I'll tell you why. Technically, this is the best value for saving space while retaining the most firepower. Ammo can just be stacked in the inventory rather than bringing backup mags. Basically, you can make fully reloading this mag a hassle for a trade-off of more loot space. It's a rat player's dream. To put it in simple terms, this is great for people who hate reloading, while also terrible for people who hate reloading. To end off, let's put the SKS and the OP-SKS in its final comparison. The base SKS holds a better accuracy over the OP-SKS, but falls short in almost every other department. Still, if you are expecting mostly close-range fights, it will serve you a little better if you require the most accuracy possible. The OP-SKS can take advantage of the dovetail mount for the ability to use range scopes. Its stats mimic a base AKM, so I'm going to consider it a slightly cheaper alternative to the AKM that cannot fire in full auto. Despite their differences, I personally recommend using these weapons exactly the same way.
Got one.
The SKS is an early wipe DMR that mimics the playstyle of a bolt-action rifle while having the ability to fire faster follow-up shots and compete much easier at close-range fights. Headshots are recommended, but not necessary for the SKS. I hope you enjoyed this video and perhaps learned something new. Be sure to subscribe.